And we are back to CAD class week 2, part 2. I left you guys on a cliffhanger because I explained a whole bunch of stuff and then did not like the way I explained it. So now we're redoing it. And this is my second take of me redoing it. So it's super late and we're just going to tank it. We're going to get straight through it and we're going to learn a whole bunch. It's going to be awesome. So these little things right here are called make connectors. These are what you use to assemble parts in your assembly, which is the second half of CAD. This entire time we have been in what is known as the part studio, where you make like sketches, extrudes, and fillets, and all that cool stuff, and make individual parts. But this is where you make assemblies and grab a whole bunch of stuff and put them together, and it's really cool. Um, so let's get rid of this because that was attempt 1, and let's get rid of this because that was attempt number 2. Um, attempt number 3. So we're gonna title this one assembly, and I'm gonna create our document here, and we don't need anything in the part studio of this. And I am going to take a part and click the insert from other documents, and I have already assembled, or I have already inserted this recap 1 frame piece, but this is just like a frame piece that I made for the homework for one of the earlier classes. And that's all I need for that. You can take it, you can drag it around, and it's really cool. And you can also add mate connectors to it. And I'm going to add a mate connector here, and we're just going to go ahead and check mark that. And then I'm going to insert another one. And it's going to go right here, and we're going to check mark that. And we're also going to give this part right here a mate connector, and we're going to go ahead and check mark that. And so the mate connectors are used as a point so that you can then fasten them together using this tool called Fasten Mate. And I want to select that and select my 2 mate connectors. Boom and boom. And now they're fastened. And I can like flip axes and like rotate them around the axis until it like makes sense and looks cool. Right? And then I can go ahead and solve that out. Checkmark that. And now these 2 parts move together. And they're now best friends and are very, very cool and have a great time together. But what if I, instead of moving these parts together, what if I wanted this part and this part to spin around on this axis right here? Well, I would take this fasten mate and turn it into a revolute mate. I'll go ahead and solve that. Checkmark it, zoom out. Now, oop, I forgot to do one thing. So I actually do need to take this, add mate connector here. Nothing selected. Yeah, I know, because I haven't placed it yet. There you go. Add a mate connector there, and add another one to my origin, and uh, yeah, we'll leave it like that. Whatever. And we're going to fasten mate you to you. I'm gonna go ahead and solve. Checkmark that. Now, this part down here is fastened to our origin, and this part is still on that revolute fasten. So now I can just spin it around that axis, and it's really cool, and it's a lot of fun. And you can do things like, let's say this was a part of like an elevator or something, and instead of a revolute joint, it was a slider joint. This is going to not look correct, but that is okay. I can take it and I can now move it up and down instead of spinning it around a point. Um, and let's say I wanted to make it not go past a certain distance, right? Oh wait, no, I needed to do it the other way. So now if I add this to 0, it can go down, or it cannot go down, but it can go up. And I have effectively, made a decently realistic part or assembly. So that's pretty cool. But now I don't need this part anymore, and I don't need this part, or yeah, yeah. I don't need most of this stuff. I just need this box tubing and one of these mate connectors, and I also want another mate connector over here. I'm gonna go ahead and check mark that, and we're going to go over to our MKCAD inserter over here, and we're going to insert a swerve drive module into this assembly. And luckily, MKCAD is super nice and easy to read, and it has all of the swerve drive modules. This team uses a Mark IV-N swerve drive module with Kraken X60 motors for our drive and our steer motor. And we can just go ahead and sit here and insert it, and boom, that is a Mark IV-N with Kraken X60s attached to it. And you can also add mate connectors to it. And you take that, go ahead and check mark that, and take our fasten tool, fasten here to here. And that doesn't look right. So we can just like flip around our axes until it looks right. And we can go ahead and solve that. Check mark that out. And boom. Now you have our cool little, like, what looks like part of a drive base. So we're pretty close to actually having a full drive base here. So now we're just gonna do the exact same thing, except we are going to go over to our Mark IV-Ns, simplified Mark IV-Ns, just so it loads better, and we're going to do module type B. The only reason that we are doing that is just because it's a flipped around module, so it can be added to the other side of our box tubing more easily. So now we can just give it a mate connector right, right, right there, and then and fasten U to U, and flip around our axes until it makes sense. You Now you make sense. Now I can solve you out. Check mark you. Boom. Now we have like a quarter to a half, depending on how you look at it, of a swerve drive base. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know for assemblies for right now. So now I'm going to give you the homework. The homework is to finish the drive base using the belly pan from Barracuda. Luckily, Manuel has provided a .zip file of the Barracuda belly pan in the models chat in the Discord. So it's a .zip file titled pancakeparts.zip. I have already downloaded it, and you take your .zip file, you extract all to somewhere. I extracted it to my downloads, and boom, there's our belly pan. He also has a frame part. I'm just using the box tube that I already had. But yeah, so you can take that, and you go to Onshape, you go to create, you import a file. I'm going to show all files. For me, it automatically opened up to my belly pan, but you can like go through and like I did it in downloads, like open up the pancake parts folder, and then boom, my bellypan.step. I'm going to import into a single document, and it's going to upload properly first try. Yes, bellypan.step was uploaded successfully. As you can see, it's taken me a few tries to get this right. So now I can take it, open it up, and boom, there's our belly pan for Barracuda. And that's all you need to know for your homework tonight. Also, if you want to add stuff like a Robo Rio, and like if you want to get really cool and add a battery mount, you are more than welcome to. But yeah, that's our belly pan for Barracuda. And this is most of a swerve drive base for the rest of Barracuda. Isn't that pretty neat? Anyways, that's it. That's all you need for week 2 of our CAD class and the homework going into week 3. Our next class is on Friday from 6 to 8. We hope to see you there. Have a good one, and pray for my sanity.